Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 8-7. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, Durham's online community paper, which I invite you to check out at durhamskywriter.com. With Bull City Hangout, basically I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side and hang out. It's Saturday. Share information, promote whatever. I've been inviting people to come on and promote their businesses and their services and programs and whatnot, and I hope you will be one of them. It's really fun to be on camera, sharing information. It's what I enjoy doing, and I hope you join me one day, if not today. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the word page. That is a government and nonprofit information page. Continue to send information so that I can add you, by the way. So I'm just going to say that with it being a rainy day, you might not be able to go outside and do things you thought you were going to do, like garden, etc. So why not check out the word page and look over the classes for next week that are going to be held by the American Red Cross. And they have really great classes. They're not free, but they are affordable, and you can really get some good skills under your belt. For example, adult and pediatric first aid. Okay, adult CPR, and anyway, all these different classes. I won't go through all of them, of course. Also, there are some online only classes. Now, by the way, some of these classes are classroom only. Some are a combination of classroom and webinar, and then some are online only. I'll tell you about some of the online only classes. They're a little cheaper, obviously. For example, babysitting basics, bloodborne pathogens training for tattoo artists, okay, first aid for opioid overdoses, first aid health and safety for coaches, water safety for parents and caregivers. That one is free. And then here's another free one. Psychological first aid, supporting yourself and others during COVID-19. That's a good one. So anyway, just check it out, because after all, like I said, it's raining. You might be indoors, stuck inside. Why not? All righty, let's see what else is on the word page. There's a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to list it all, of course. Another thing to do with it being a rainy day, do some job hunting with the city. The city job openings are listed on the word page, not the jobs themselves, but the link to get to the job listings. Also, while you're at it, you can check out city and county programs that you might want to check out. All righty. For example, if you've fallen behind in your water bill, you might be able to get some help from the city. There you go. All right, let's see. This might be a good day to visit the library if you don't mind getting wet for a very short while you're on your way to the library. So the libraries are open, with it being Saturday. Let's see. The Saturday hours are 9:30 to 6. So all the libraries are open except for Bragtown. They don't open again until Monday. But if you haven't checked out the new main library, are you in for a treat? That's all I'm going to say. It's fabulous. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I can't wait to go back. Even when you walk in, it's going to be like, oh. That's it. That's it. Okay, so here's 2 ways that you can help the community. Let me scroll down to Operation Backpack. This is on the word page, by the way. There it is. So Mike DeCenti from Volunteers of America dropped by Bull City Hangout yesterday, and he shared so much great information. So here's what Operation Backpack is all about. It is a program of the Volunteers of America. The local chapter is called Chesapeake and Carolinas. Okay, so basically they want us to donate school supplies, and if we happen to have backpacks, those too. So this is for low-income kids, pre-K through high school. And so if you're buying supplies anyway for your kids or your neighbor kids, go ahead and buy some extras if you can afford to, and then donate them. The spot to donate is at the streets at South Point, in the space that was occupied by, I think it was Microsoft, if I'm not mistaken. So they do this on Fridays and Saturdays from 10 to 2. And this will be through August 28th. So if you can help, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, Chris Tiffany, I wish I could Oh, shoot. I wonder if I could find it real quick. He gave us some great pointers. Let me see if you can indulge me for a second. Oh, Guy Cook. I just saw a statement by Guy Cook. Let me go to Facebook real quick, and then let's see what Guy Cook's talking about. So let me log into Facebook real quick because Chris Tiffany had some great suggestions. Let me see if I could find it real quick. Let's see. I hope I can find it. There it is. Okay, let me click on that. So Chris suggests, he's a former math tutor. So here's what he says. Personal suggestions from a former math tutor. Okay, graph paper that helps the kids think and organize their thoughts. Geometry and even basic arithmetic at all ages. Keeps the numbers and decimal points lined up vertically. So anyway, graph paper. If I'm not mistaken, you know how Walmart has all of those, I think they cost like $1 or so, the little notebooks. Some of those notebooks actually hold graph paper. So that might be really helpful to a kid. Okay, also he says large 4-function calculators and scientific calculators. He says even the dollar stores carry shirt pocket scientific calculators. Also, Chris Tiffany suggests the thin see-through rulers, both metric and imperial, and mechanical pencils and or the rounded triangular pencils to help small hands learn to hold pencils correctly. Thank you, Chris Tiffany, also known as the Man in Black. Awesome advice. Now let me find my way back to Chrome and StreamYard. There I am. Okay, and let's see what Guy Cook's. Oh, Guy Cook is actually, whoa, he's waiting. Okay, but let me see what Guy Cook is saying here. He's got rain. Oh, he's saying how we have rain. Yes, we have rain here. And he's saying how it's sunny in Washington State with a low AQI. What the heck does that mean? Anyway, so, okay, he's going to tell us what that means. But anyway, let me continue, and then we will visit with Guy Cook. We haven't seen him for a while. Okay, let's see. So we were talking about Operation Backpack and how you can help the kids. Again, a big thumbs up to Chris Tiffany for his suggestions. Anybody else with suggestions, former teachers, current teachers, tutors, whatever, welcome the suggestions because some of us are a little clueless. I haven't been in school for a while. I'm also not a mommy. So I'm a little, yeah, there you go. Another way to help the kids. Run and Shoot Sports, also known as RNS Sports. They have Project 300, which ends tomorrow, by the way. And this is where Sherrod Johnson and crew, they hope that we are able to donate new sneakers for kids, pre-K through high school. Again, if you catch a sale or if you can actually afford to, buy extra sneakers, go ahead and donate them. They'd really appreciate it. This is so that the kids can get the new school year started on the good foot, so to speak. So all the information that you need is right there on the Word page. The big giveaway is going to be next Sunday, the 15th, from 3 to 6 at Brogdon Middle School, and that's where they will give away these wonderful sneaks. All righty, I think that's it for the Word page. Let's go to the health page, To Your Health. Let's see. Of course, I have your COVID test and vaccine updates. Also, as you know, I do like to promote the County Department of Public Health and the Lincoln Community Health Center. They have free vaccines, but there are other places where you can get free vaccinations. And they're listed, not all of them, but as many as I could find are listed on the health page. Some with Saturday hours, some also with Sunday hours. One in particular, Hershey Pharmacy makes house calls to people who are disabled or elderly. So be sure to check that out as well on the health page. Okay, and let's see where OptumServe is today. They administer free COVID tests. Let's see, it's Saturday. They're at the Durham County Department of Public Health from noon until 7. Drive-through service available, which is great because it's raining. And same thing tomorrow, noon to 7, public health. Also, they are at El Centro Hispano from noon until 6. Also, drive-through service available. Okay, I think there's a blood drive today. Let's see. Let me scroll down. The Blood Connection, they're having a blood drive today. Let's see. From noon until 5 at Chick-fil-A, the one that's, I believe, where it says Residence Inn Boulevard. I think that's south. But in any case, the Chick-fil-A, oh, yes, because it says Chick-fil-A RTP. Okay, so that is south. From noon until 5. Also, tomorrow at the Glass Jug Beer Lab, that's downtown on Foster Street from noon until 5. All righty. And one more thing. Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Where is it? There it is. The LGBT Center of Raleigh, they're hosting the next Triangle Autism discussion. That's going to be this afternoon online from 4:30 until 6. You don't have to be a member of the LGBT community, but they host the discussion. This is where people who are diagnosed with autism or undiagnosed, they can visit and, share information, hang out. This is online from 4:30 until 6. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the sports page. Let's see. I'll bet Jose Santibáñez doesn't mind that it's raining today because it's not going to be raining tomorrow, which allows the kids to play Bull City futsal. That's tomorrow afternoon in Sherwood Park. And this is for elementary age kids, middle school age kids, and high school age kids. They learn and play the game of futsal, which is a faster, smaller version of soccer. Tomorrow it's not going to rain. I guess the grass, well, by afternoon it might, and with it being 88 tomorrow, it'll probably be dry by afternoon, but we'll see. All right, I think that's it for the sports page. Oh, last call for softball. Durham softball. They play on Sundays at Pineywood Park, and this is where volunteers represent, let me see if I get this right. Volunteers choose who to represent in playing softball. Okay, they're volunteers, but they also pay to play. This is actually a really clever way of raising money for nonprofits. And of course, the audience gets to watch for free, but of course, they readily accept donations. So this is the last call because the games will start on August 22nd. So try to sign up as soon as possible. Each player pays, I think, around $70 for, not per game, of course, this is for the whole season. And here's who they will be representing. I'm just going to go through this list real fast. The Animal Protection Society of Durham, Central Piedmont Community Action Partnership, Crayons to Calculators. By the way, that's a great way also to help the kids because they allow the teachers to shop for school supplies for the kids. I say shop like this because the teachers don't have to pay. Anyway, check it out. Check them out on Facebook. Okay, Don't Waste Durham, Families Moving Forward, Girls on the Run of the Triangle, Hope Animal Rescue, Housing for New Hope, Josh's Hope, Kids Notes, Meals on Wheels of Durham, Miracle League of the Triangle, North Carolina Coalition Against Domestic Violence, North Carolina Fallen Firefighters Foundation, Play North Carolina, Porch Durham, Shepherd Middle School, South Durham Little League, Trees Durham, and Vets to Vets United. Whew, that's a lot. Anyway, check it out on the sports page. Okay, now let's go to the Let's Go page, the calendar of events page. It's the 7th. It's eerily quiet outside. It stopped raining and it looks weird. Anyway, happening right now, the Durham Farmers Market until noon in Durham Central Park downtown, the Durham Craft Market until noon in Durham Central Park downtown, the South Durham Farmers Market until noon, south on Highway 55 in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center, the Durham Art Market until 1 across the street from the Durham Farmers Market downtown. I mentioned Operation Backpack, Streets at South Point until 2. Horizon has their year-round marketplace from 10 until 6 at their spot on Guest Road near Northgate Mall. If you want to be a featured pop-up business, let them know. I already mentioned the Triangle Autism discussion, 4:30 until 6 online. And Elizabeth June will be giving a free concert of hymns and spirituals at the Sacred Grounds Coffee House. That's the Christian music venue, which is on North Roxborough Road. Okay, and that starts at 7:30. It's a free concert, but of course, they would love it if you would make a donation. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's check the weather. It's raining again. Okay, it's 72 degrees and it's raining. It's supposed to rain all day. It's going up to 75 with thunderstorms this afternoon. So get your shopping done now. Tomorrow is going to be 88. It's going to be like a perfect day tomorrow. It's going to be 88 and sunny. And in fact, let me see for next week. Let's see. Okay, so Monday. Ooh, whoa, 90s all next week. Wow. So Monday through Thursday, sunny pretty much in the 90s. And then starting Friday, thunderstorms every day. Wild week. Wild week. So Guy R. Cook has been sitting patiently. And let's see what's going on in Washington State. AQI, Air Quality Index. Okay, thank you. Anyway. So I've been wondering what's up with Washington State and whether it's still 100 degrees plus. So let's hang out with Guy R. Cook and see. Guy, what's new?
I'm laughing that you're saying it's going to be in the 90s. I wish our weather. Yeah. I wish our weather was going to be in the 90s. I think
it can't still be in the hundreds. How can you possibly still be having 100-degree temperatures?
It's August. That's when it happens. Okay, starting on Wednesday the 11th, we got a 103, a 106, a 107, a 108, 105. Then Monday the 16th, it's going to drop down to 99. So if we survive the coming week,
that is unbelievable.
It's going to be pretty warm. But anyway, the air
quality quick question
index,
though. Yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead. Air quality index. I'm sorry.
Because of the forest fires in the Northwest, we keep our finger on the pulse of the AQI, which is great today. It's 12. Durham is 23. I don't know if it's because of the rain.
That's good, right?
Well, it's anything below 50, you can do it outside activities. They got a scale for air quality index.
Well, we should be at 50 then, because 20. There's no smoke out here.
Well, they measure all the pollutants, ozone, everything.
Okay.
I mean, stuff that you can't even see.
Okay.
It's airnow.gov is the site.
Oh, let me write that down. Okay. Air Now. Thank you. And that's API, Air
Quality Index.
Air Quality Index.
Yeah, they've also got a nice feature they've added to it just recently is they've got an interactive map of where all the fires are at in the United States. They don't show the Canadian fires.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at World News this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And you know where Athens is in Greece.
Athens, Greece, sure.
Yeah.
They're having fires too, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Bad fires. Greece, Turkey, and Italy are just rampant with fires because of the dry conditions. Yeah.
Gee. Isn't that weird? Because this week I've been watching all of these torrential rainfalls and floods in China.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy floods in China.
They could send that rain over to Europe. Wouldn't mind a bit.
So weird. I think Utah has a bunch of rain, which I guess is weird for them because I think Utah is supposed to be a desert, isn't it?
Well, it's I think it's kind of a plateau region, but it's high desert. Yeah. I think that's probably.
I think they're having
probably pretty dry.
I think they're having floods or something going on in Utah. I saw the headline, when I was going through YouTube, and I just didn't bother to click on it, but I did see the headline. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, YouTube. Wow. I've learned about hashtags on YouTube. You can add a hashtag to your YouTube content, that's
Mm-hmm.
clickable if you put it in the description. Just like have a separate blank spot in your
Yes,
description of your blah blah blah. Put in hashtag Durham Skywriter,
I
whatever,
do that. Well,
and
I do that for
it will
Durham and
come.
actually Durham NC. Yeah.
Okay, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
come up as clickable.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of North Carolina,
Speaking of North Carolina,
I was listening to John Upton from over in England. Him and
okay,
Stephen Healy were doing their show, and he
okay,
talked about, oh, I work with a company called Think and Do. I went, God, that's a catchy name. I'll put that into Google.
think and do.
Put,
I like that. Uh-oh. Whoa.
excuse me,
Bless you.
I'm allergic to hangouts. So I typed in Think and Do,
Mm-hmm.
and the university, is it North Carolina University is Duke, or is Duke and North Carolina University is a separate animal?
That's two. Okay, there's the University of North Carolina system. The closest one is in Chapel Hill. They call it Carolina, and then Duke University is a private, its own university. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, anyway, if you type in Think and Do, nothing else,
Mm-hmm.
you don't get John Upton in the UK. You get a ton of stuff from North Carolina. There's something called Think and Do in NC. Yeah.
Think and Do. Interesting.
So I had to put in
with that
Think
phrase.
and Do UK John Upton in order to get his.
Gee,
stuff.
tell him that, because obviously he needs better SEO.
I told
Did you notice I threw in that technical phrase SEO? Thanks to you.
Yeah. One of us in this conversation is studying digital marketing. In fact,
I'm studying it a little bit.
Actually,
I've been coming across a lot of information for journalism. I think because everything was so, everything just came to a halt because of COVID. Now all of the journalism organizations are gearing back up for classes and conferences and that sort of thing. So I've been inundated with information for journalists, which I've been very pleased about. So I'm always ready to learn.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What I'm doing. Yeah.
The recent thing I did a post about pros and cons of social media. Okay, one of the pros is that you get instant access to information. You can talk in real time, like we're doing right now, at great distance. You know, we could have Fraser Ramsey in here from Scotland if we wanted to. And one of the cons, and I don't know, I think this was probably before COVID. One of the cons is we don't do face-to-face. We will never reach across the table and shake hands and say, that was a great idea. And they said that's one of the bad things about social media. Okay, well, this week, I'm not at all offended that you're not sitting across the table, because the more distance I can keep from people, the less chance of getting exposed is. Like yesterday, Darlene sent me to the store because she was making something for the granddaughters. She made this awesome, what was it? Banana split cake or something like that. Just
sounds rich.
Yeah. If you want your A1C to go through the roof, have a piece of that. Anyway, so she sent me the store 3 times. Getting stuff
3 times
in
100-degree plus weather.
No. I go in the morning. If it's after 10 a.m., I don't go.
Oh,
but like today, the high today is only going to be, I think, 88 or something like that.
That's all?
Oh yeah, no, better than that. No, tomorrow is 82.
Oh, good.
The high today is 93. Yeah, that's postcard weather. That's when you sell tickets from the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Hey, come to Tri-Cities. It's a wonderful place. We won't talk about the fact that your garden will burn up. And speaking of garden, I'm finally getting color on a tomato. It's been a weird year for gardening.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm not really growing anything but flowers. I thought I was going to get back to growing tomatoes and stuff, but I think that'll be next year.
that was the plan. I thought. I remember talking to you last spring. You were recovering your backyard garden area or something.
I haven't fully recovered it yet.
Well, you got that
It's a
pressure washer.
battle.
Just pressure wash all them weeds away, and you got it.
I wish. No, but yeah. So it's a battle. It's a
Indeed,
battle.
indeed. Yep,
It's
absolutely.
a bigger battle than I realized, but that's okay. I'm up to the challenge. It's just going to
Yeah,
take a little longer than I thought to reclaim my backyard from whatever is back there.
yeah. It's happening. I learned some stuff about irrigation.
Oh,
Here, as sandy as it, I always think of this as a sandy area.
you have sandy soil?
Yeah, that's what I've always thought, but it's not. It's more of a issue with how long you run your sprinklers. My youngest son said when he was first setting up his irrigation, he had mushrooms coming up in the backyard. It was so wet.
Those are so weird.
Yeah, because he had that collection of fungi because he was overwatering. And so I told him about back on the, let's see, what would be the south side. Yeah, the south side of the house. I had a rural wet spot. It felt like, I said, oh my God, do I got an underground sprinkler leaking? And he said, no, you're just watering more. He had a word for it. And I can't remember the word, but it's more water than the ground can handle.
Yeah,
If you have your sprinkler, I had him running for 15 minutes. And after 12 minutes, you're overkilling. You're overdoing it. And it's just going to run.
Wow.
Yeah. So I run 12 minutes of sprinklers. And I've patted myself on the back. Because it's got a digital timer, and I've figured out all the programming. It's 3 different sets. And anyway, so the guy that mows the grass, because I'm too old to mow the grass now. That's what they tell me. And yeah. So I'm riding that wave. I'm going, yeah, I'm way too old. Anyway, I'm thinking as I'm doing yard work anyway, besides mowing the grass, I said, this isn't really a vacation from yard work. But I put out the word that I'm going to change the time on the sprinklers to 12 minutes. And so Ray, the guy that mows the grass, said, could you have them come on earlier than 7? Like maybe at 5? And I thought, yeah, that should be doable. So I got the book out and read, dotted the I's, crossed the T's, set the timer. And I got up this morning and made sure they were coming on. And it did, 5 o'clock. I thought, great, I did a good thing. Then I let the dogs out. They stopped on the porch and turned around and looked at me and said, like the look on their face.
The grass is wet.
This is not cool. This is our time. You are wetting down our area to do our business. You want us to go potty, but now we don't have a place to do it. What's up with that? So they're going to find a new place. I got another on the north side of the house, I guess you'd call it, be northwest side. We're not truly like a compass north and south. On the northwest side, there's a spot that's all non-irrigated ground, and they can use that. So,
that's a rare sight in my area. I mean, I grew up with, houses and lawns. Everybody ran their sprinkler, and it was very common. I rarely ever see sprinklers.
Oh,
Durham.
It's a whole new chapter.
If I ever see a sprinkler, it's a commercial site. I don't think I've ever seen a normal. I shouldn't say normal. Maybe the high income people do. I don't know. I don't live in those areas, but all the areas that I go through, which are primarily just what I call regular folks, working class, middle class, whatever, never ever see sprinklers.
Well, pop-up sprinklers is a whole new learning process from putting the rainbird on the end of the hose and setting it out there. And, you always get your pant legs wet because you got to fiddle with it, to make it right. Pop-up
don't even have those here.
Okay. The difference is I've had to buy new tools. This second.
Okay. And we've got pop up here, but they're commercial people.
I just thought of it.
Business.
Okay, I've been collecting tools for how many decades? I'm 69. Do the math. Okay.
6.
These are pliers,
Rainward.
special pliers just for the pop-up sprinklers. And what they do is they look like they're regular pliers, right? But they're spring loaded. See that little spring in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
So when you squeeze them open,
they close.
They automatically want to close. And you know what that does? That's so you can grab hold of the riser.
Hey, Donna. Donna says good morning. Hello,
good
Donna.
morning.
Join us if you like.
And that's so you can grab that pop-up sprinkler to mess with either the filter. They got a little tiny filter like the size of a pencil, maybe about this long, that filters the water. So if on occasion, because the water comes from the irrigation district, you know, in those big canals, it will plug up. So you then have to get a special small tip, flat tip screwdriver, which I also had to buy at Harbor Freight. God bless them. And you can adjust the radius, you know, how far the water squirts out.
Okay, don't get too technical because most of us don't know what you're talking about because we don't.
Well, you learned the word radius in school.
Yeah, I'm just saying most of us don't water our lawns, so most of the viewers are probably like,
huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I like the regular sprinklers, you know, that you can pick up and move because we would run through them. And of course, the dogs. The dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, did they love running through the sprinklers. That was always the cutest thing.
The exception to running through the sprinkler, I always think of dogs and sprinklers. I think of my dad's yellow labs. He raised yellow labs. And the grandma dog, Sandy, you know how they always have a pecking order, right? Well, she was the grand top of the food chain. She would go out and stand over the little cone sprinkler till she just got soaked. Just soaked.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna get out. And so she'd walk away. And then Hannah and Briz, the younger dogs, would run back and forth through the sprinkler, just like kids playing, you know. And Sandy would just look at him going, "You're crazy. Why don't you just stand there and get wet and cool off?"
It's more fun to dash back and forth.
Yeah,
much more fun.
Sandy was a character. And she'd pick tomatoes. You'd look out in the garden and you'd see that tail wiggling back and forth as she walked through the garden, smelling the tomatoes to smell a ripe one. She never ate a green one, always ripe. Yeah, she'd have
rude.
You'd find a red ripe tomato, and she would pick it right off the tree, or off the bush. I mean, I'm thinking of our other dog, Rusty, used to eat pears off the tree, and then there wouldn't be any crumbs, no evidence left behind. Like she wouldn't just eat half the tomato. She'd suck it all down.
I thought I had a ripening tomato on this bush. Where'd it go? And she'd be sitting there like,
yeah. That's about it. If you had ripe tomatoes, you don't let Sandy get in the garden.
That's hilarious.
She was like,
I'm looking forward to growing tomatoes next year.
She was the tomato gleaner. When Dad had picked all the tomatoes he wanted to mess with, and if there's any left out there, well, let the dogs have them. And that's when she did most of the pick and choose. Yeah.
Cool.
And somebody told me the other day, if you get like
Speaking
rabbits
pets,
or squirrels or
Spike is clamoring at the door. Hey, Spike. I think he's probably upset because it's raining and he's not getting his snack. So I have to figure out a way to give him his snack. Give me a moment, please.
Is he giving you that look like, hey,
no, what he does,
way past 7
see, I have a clear storm door, and he puts his hands against the door and he dances. He dances the width of the door. Yeah, so he just dances back and forth and pounds on the door to make sure that I can see him. Of course, can't miss him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but
just
anyway, he
getting your
do this little
attention.
thing.
Well, I'm going to go in and work some more on the social media stuff. It's the funnel that we're working on now. I got this from digital marketing. The top of the funnel is create awareness. Then after that, you shape an opinion from that awareness you create. Then you target people that agree with that opinion. Maybe they subscribe
And then
to
call to
your
action,
newsletter, right?
right?
Yeah, then you convert. Then you have a conversion. Whether
Conversions.
it's
Yeah.
whether the convert, a lot of people think the
Advertise for the
word
Durham
conversion.
Skywriter.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they might think that conversion means they're going to spend money. Well, that's not necessarily the case. It might just be
Oh,
a subscription. They could
okay.
subscribe to your free email newsletter, and that's a
Mm.
win, right?
I
Because
got you.
anytime you create the awareness that gives them a sense of, yeah, I like this, they become an evangelist for your brand. Anytime that they come up and say, I like the Durham
It's a good
Skywriter.
deal.
When I'm needing to know what's going on in Durham, I listen to Pat in the morning and she tells me all the stuff going on, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Then
Gotcha.
you just have to create the awareness part of your funnel to make more people in Durham aware of what you have. So
And that's
I just
something I really
started.
actually need to do.
Yeah, the campaign I started is called Spread the Word. And I don't know if you're listening to every episode of the podcast, maybe not.
I think I need.
The one I did this Friday past was just about hoorah me. It was a spread the word, tell people, shout out the name, etc., etc. And it's something I haven't done. And I need to do create awareness. And who's going to do it better than yours truly, right?
You know what? I need to ask the people who watch, because I get lots of thumbs up.
Right.
For Grove City Hangout. I need to ask them, because sometimes I get frustrated when I see the thumbs up. I'm like, you better come on the show and stop just thumb upping the and Donna says a great analysis. But what I need to do is to ask people, if you like the Durham Skywriter, tell somebody about it. Or if you like Bull City Hangout,
send a friend.
Actually drop in and say hi. It doesn't hurt. Although some of them are government employees. I don't know if they're allowed to.
They can't do it because they're on the clock when they're in there. Hangout.
Probably not. But to me, if I'm not going to call her name. I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Okay.
But if there's a certain person with county government who always gives me a thumbs up, and she has lots of great information. But to me, if you're dropping in on a show like Bull City Hangout, you're really sharing information about the county. And to me, that should be part of a government employee's job anyway, to share the information.
Correct. But even if we share information about, like,
I think they need
what did we
permission.
share? Okay, we shared AQI. What does AQI stand for?
Air quality.
There might be one other person that didn't know. It said, AQI, what's that? And I said, Air Quality Index. Oh, that's from the forest fires, of course. And so, bazinga, they've got it. Maybe you've got a person with respiratory problems, and they've always wondered, how can I tell if it's safe to go outside, or if the pollen from the trees is going to just, I'm going to get
they can go to Air Now. They can go to airnow.gov.
Exactly. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The AQI is like the main headline, the biggest part of it.
And I appreciate you sharing that. Are these the same people who tell us, like, the different colors, like the air is like the banner should be orange for today or yellow, or same folks?
Yeah, same guys.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what it's rated at. If it's 50 or less, it's green. And that's yay, we want 50 or less. So like today it's 12. Recently I had a day that was 173. Bad stuff. I mean, you could look at the sun.
Stay inside.
You know how when you look at the sun, you can't look at the sun because it hurts your eyes, right? Like if you went outside on a clear day and look up at the sun, it's too bright. You can't handle it.
Okay.
On a day of 173, you can look at it no problem, and it's just this big shiny disc up in the sky.
That's scary.
And yeah, then you know that the haze is real thick that time. That's when you. So I don't know if I've shared this with you, but my daughter and all of the girls of her generation in the family, even the girl back east in South Carolina, they're all nurses.
Wow, cool.
So when the air quality gets bad, they said, you need to get a respirator face mask. And it better be rated N95. This is before COVID and all that stuff. So the respirator mask, unlike the face mask you wear for COVID, the respirator has got a little like cone thing or something right in the middle, a little plastic shield.
On the side.
Yeah.
Doesn't it filter on the side?
No, not that grand. That's like the Army surplus store. You get those. Yeah. But anyway, it's do that. The best thing is just don't go out. I
don't have to go out. Yeah, just stay in. Yeah.
It was, God, I forget what day it was last week, but I woke up the next day and my voice was about probably 3 octaves lower. And I had this.
Did your throat hurt? Did your throat hurt?
I called my brother-in-law, John. I said, can you tell my voice is a little different? He says, yeah, what's the matter with you? I said, well, nothing's the matter, but that air quality, I don't know if it was getting in the house or what, but anyway, my voice.
You need to tell me if the air quality index is such that it's dangerous to go out. I would think if you have air conditioning, it should be much better inside. Now, I thought you had air conditioning.
Yes. Oh, and that little tidbit on air conditioning. If you buy a new house, new to you, okay, and it's got air conditioning.
Yeah.
The air conditioner has a filter.
Yeah. Better clean that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You're supposed to change them. The one I have is 1 inch thick and it's supposed to be changed every 3 months.
Okay.
Now, doing math, the date written on the side of the filter when it was last put in?
1987.
No, my freezer, my air conditioner would have froze up. It was 2/20.
Oh, wow.
So it was over a year ago.
Yeah.
And the guy says, I don't know how you got away with it being this bad.
Wow.
And he says, but this isn't the worst. I've seen, you know how they have the pleats in the filters? I don't know.
Sure.
Okay. He has changed filters that you couldn't even see the pleats. There was just solid caked in crud. And so we've got the air conditioner fixed. And I said, I know there was something wrong because we could always hear it when it came on. It was just like, we got one of the noisiest air conditioning units I've ever heard. I mean, normally you don't even know it's running. Oh, put your hand down by the vent, you can feel the air coming out, but you can't hear it.
I have a tip for you.
Yeah.
I spoke to an HVAC guy once, and he said some people live in houses that maybe the kids have grown up and so they close off the bedrooms and close the little door, for the vent, the air. Yeah. He says, don't do that. He says the air conditioners are made to circulate through the house. And if you stop the air in its path and trying to
the return doesn't happen.
Then the engine or the motor will not last nearly as long. So it's very, very dangerous to do that. Donna's telling us something.
Yeah.
When you know about tree season, pine needle and cone dropping make those with pine allergies. Okay. We need to learn more about nature and online charts. Thank you, Donna. Pine allergies. I didn't know people had pine allergies.
Yeah. I don't know if that's listed on air now because I don't have pine allergies, so I've never looked. But it's possible. They've got a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, check it out. Donna, go to airnow.gov and see what they have there. It would be thoughtful if they did say if you're allergic to this or allergic to that, be aware. Of course, it would have to be regional. you probably
Well,
don't have
anything
pine
that's
trees like
got a
we
zip
do.
code, you can put the number into Air Now and look it
Okay.
up, and then go scroll down, and you'll see what all is on there. Like
That's
Durham,
really interesting with
Durham
asthma.
might not get an interactive forest fire map because I don't think there's a lot of forest fires going on in North Carolina.
I'll tell you what our concern is, being in the Southeast. Of course, we have
Yeah.
lots and lots and lots of flowering trees.
Oh, yeah, like
And people with
magnolias and all that stuff.
allergies really suffer because,
Yeah.
in fact, you can, in the early evening, when the street lights come on, you can see the pollen literally
Yeah.
raining down.
Yeah, it's dust. Yep.
It's
On the
incredible.
coast of Washington State years ago, because it rains all the time over there, they had a problem with erosion. They
Mhm.
said, well, we'll get this plant called Scotch broom, and it'll prevent the erosion. It just grows
Yeah.
like crazy, and it's a weed, but they
Okay.
planted it every place. Well, when the Scotch broom would go into bloom in the late spring, my son Stephen would just plug up. It was just
Oh
too much.
man,
And that's when
really?
the pollen would get bad. Between the alder
Oh,
trees and the Scotch broom, it was nasty.
that's
Nasty.
too bad. I really feel bad for people with allergies. It's really rough because
Yeah.
if you're like me and you keep your windows up whenever it's nice out, when it's allergy season, you just get this dusting all over the place of you get pollen all over your house and car.
Yeah.
And you just clean it up. It's not that big a deal, but it is a little irritating.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's
But
something
anyway,
on the list to avoid.
with it being a rainy day, I think what I'm going to spend the day doing is cleaning my house
Yeah.
because I'm starting to get a little irritated by
Well, you're gonna have
clutter.
to do the dog thing
So,
first.
oh yeah,
Spike is gonna say, no, don't be cleaning the house. There's just
he's
another
my
item on.
stray cat.
Yeah.
He's
He's creating an awareness funnel by slapping on that screen door.
yeah. I don't know where he went, but he's around here somewhere. Anyway, it's not raining, so I'm going to take advantage of that and give him a nice snack. And Donna is pointing out that we must eat local honey. That helps the local bee population. Thank you, Donna.
Speaking of local honey, you know why they're using the word local honey? Because they import so much honey from China.
China, really? That far?
True fact. Yeah.
Well, North Carolina is pretty good at promoting North Carolina products.
Well, yeah, and you got so many flowers around. You got so many flowers around. Like you were saying, you got all that blooming stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a lot of honey around here. Yeah, I don't think we ever have to worry about imported honey.
And while you're working on that house, cleaning up, in the back of the mind, think, I need to get busy on that media kit. What elements of awareness do you have?
Capital letters.
Yeah.
Capital letters, because there's a couple of
this issue, and I'm just
as guilty. You're right. There's a couple of large entities that are interested in advertising. So yeah, you're right.
And they want it, and they want that information. They want to know.
They do.
What do we get if we advertise with Durham Skyrider? Okay.
Exactly.
And so you got to, demonstrate to them what you got going on.
You are correct. You are correct, sir. And thank you.
Okay.
Have a beautiful weekend.
One last pearl in the oyster or whatever. As a website owner, go get the free Hrefs webmaster tools. It's ahrefs.com. Hrefs. And that's all they do is SEO. And the webmaster tools, not to rival Google's, which is now called Search Console, not to rival them, but it's a great, the 23 joule stem wind and wonder of technology is what that is.
I will do so as well.
Okay.
Thank you, Guy. See you
Adios.
soon. Okay, bye-bye. And be sure to check out the Guy R. Cook report, folks. He's an expert on SEO. So, okay, search engine optimization for those who want to get discovered online. So you can tell the lighting it's so dark out. I actually have my lights on here in the kitchen. So that's pretty wild. So anyway, it is, let me check my app because it's probably not still 72 because it's supposed to go up to 75. So let's see what it is now. And went down. Okay, it was 72 a minute ago. Now it's 70. It's still going up to 75. Let's see if we're still going to get thunderstorms. We're going to get thunderstorms, 100% chance of thunderstorms at 11 o'clock. So it's only raining now. So get to where you're getting quick because we're supposed to get an actual thunderstorm in just a few minutes. And it will storm for the next couple of hours. And then it's going to be cloudy the rest of the afternoon with a touch of a bit of sun right before sunset. And then tomorrow it's going to be 88 and sunny just about all day. So you know what you got to do. Try to, if you're not home, you might want to rush home real quick if you don't like to get stuck in thunderstorms. I hate getting stuck in thunderstorms. So with that, have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you Monday at noon for Bull City Hangout. Share this out so that more people can know what's happening today in Durham, and you have a great weekend. Ciao for now. See you at noon Monday.